Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 170 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. So let's just jump straight into it. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the Altar of the Revenant. Now, a lot of you Oblivion fans are going to love this one. The mod page reads, a necromancer from Cyrodiil, using the darkest of her arts, awoke an altar near Lake Ilanata. During the midnight hour each night, a bright shaft of foul light rises from the altar, making the time that soul gems may be corrupted. You can find this altar between midnight and 1 AM near Lakeview Manor, and the stone can only be opened during the midnight hour. Look for the beacon of light during that appointed time, and you can place the empty grand soul gems in the altar and transform them back into black soul gems. Now, like I said, a lot of you Oblivion fans probably recognize this from the Mages Guild questline in Oblivion, where you had to go to the altar and actually do this exact same thing. You had to go and convert a grand soul gem into a black soul gem. Now, how this altar works is it's just like any other chest in the game. You just open it, but you can only open it during that midnight hour, and you open it during that time, and you can empty out your inventory of all of your grand soul gems, and then you choose to corrupt your grand soul gems, and it'll just do it during that hour. If you leave them in there and it passes 1 AM, you'll have to wait until the next midnight to open the altar and retrieve them. And this was based off of the vanilla game mechanic from Oblivion called the Shade of the Revenant. Now, there isn't any conflicts with this mod other than mods that obviously cover this area that the altar is placed, but other than that, you can have a perfect necromancer build, and this will just add along to your fun in that category. So if you are doing a necromancer character, or you're doing a high enchanting character and you want to get those black soul gems so you can make more powerful enchants, then the Altar of the Revenant is definitely a mod worth checking out, and that's why it's featured here at our number 5 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it and trying it out for yourself. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Handcrafted Staves mod. Now, this adds 6 new staves with a handmade and aesthetic design for offense and support. This is a remake of the mod author's old Soul Gem staff mod, and it comes with these new designs that are inspired from the common mage staff with crystals. Now, like I said, this mod does add 6 staves, each of which represent these 6 types of soul gems, and each come with their own unique enchantment for offense, crowd control, healing, and even buffing. These are most balanced during the mid and end game, and some make a great sidearm, ambush, and even for supporting your allies. It's also important to note that your followers can use these staves too. These staves use vanilla textures, so they'll benefit from any retexture mods that you have, and they are made to be used with CGO in mind, so each staff were given a damage value, impact set, and sound effect just like the other melee weapons. For example, you can swing the lesser staff for dealing melee damage while releasing the healing spell with each swing, and they also have a base damage value that's slightly lower than the Iron Warhammer, so they're still useful even if you run out of charges. It's perfect for a pure mage build roleplay who don't like using or carrying and switching to other weapons and spells. Now we can move on to what these staves actually do and the enchantments that they have. The Handcrafted Staff of the Black Soul, which requires the Black Soul Gem, has the ability to lob exploding boulders, dealing both direct and area of effect fire damage. It's also projectile heavy and affected by gravity, and the place of impact burns for a few seconds. Moving on, you have the Handcrafted Staff of the Grand Soul, which obviously carries the Grand Soul Gem, and it concentrates chain lightning that deals little to no damage but constantly staggers foes. This would be a really good offhand staff to have. Next up, you have the Handcrafted Staff of the Greater Soul, which requires the Greater Soul Gem. It casts a volley of heavy icicles that deals both direct and area of effect damage, and the projectile moderately is affected by gravity. Moving on to the Common Soul Gem Staff, it raises a powerful corpse or a carcass to fight by the caster, and it lasts for 30 seconds. And then of course you have the Lesser Soul Gem, which allows you to lob an area of effect healing spell. It's really good for friendlies and allies, and also another good offhand weapon. Finally, you have the Petty Soul Gem Staff, which lobs an area of effect spell that applies various buffs on friendly allies for 30 seconds, but not the caster. This includes increased health, stamina, and magicka, and a resistance to physical and magic attack, as well as fortifying their speed, attack damage, and blocking. Now when it comes to crafting all of these staves, all of them can be crafted at the tanning rack, but you'll first need to discover and learn about how a staff can be researched and invented by a certain unknown mage. You can also find the unknown mage's torn page along with their belongings near Darkwater Crossing. It's next to a volcanic spring, and once you read the Torn page, you'll be given a hidden perk that allows you to craft all 6 staves. They also require the arcane smithing perk, firewood, leather strips, and the type of soul gem for the staff you wanted to make. All in all, I think this mod is perfect for mage characters and even necromancer characters, so if you wanted, you could have the handcrafted staffs as well as the Altar of the Revenant mod, which is the mod we covered in the previous spot, that would be perfect to combine together for a perfect mage and necromancer character. I'm a really big fan of how these staves work and as well as how they look, and that's definitely why it comes in at our number 4 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Handcrafted Staves mod. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the Skyrim Horse Renewal 2K mod. Now this mod changes the horse's meshes and textures for all of the Skyrim horses. It also changes the horses and the horse riders animation, whether it be idling, walking, trotting, running, and sprinting. All of the animations have been changed. It's important to note that this mod is not compatible with any other horse overhauls or other saddle and armory mods, but it is compatible with the Convenient Horses mod, which is a brilliant horse overhaul mod, so I definitely would recommend using it with this one. Normally in all my playthroughs and load orders, I like to at least have one horse mod, whether it be the Convenient Horses mod, which is one of my favorites, or maybe something that just touches the original horses in the game, because the original horses in the game just aren't really that great, and if you have a huge load order on and you just have the regular vanilla horses, they kind of just stand out. So you're going to want to have their textures to be enhanced and be a lot more remastered, so the Skyrim Horse Renewal 2K mod is the mod that does just that. It makes all the horses in the game look a lot better and have higher quality textures, and with the new animations that they've added along with this mod, you no longer have those clunky horse animations anymore. Now I'm extremely confident that the combination between the Convenient Horses mod as well as the Skyrim Horse Renewal 2K is going to give you the best looking and functioning horses possible. This is because the Convenient Horses mod doesn't just change how the horses look, it also changes how they function, and it also gives you more features to go along with your horse. And then of course you have the Skyrim Horse Renewal 2K coming in and remastering all the textures for you, so the combination of both mods is just going to be the perfect combination whenever it comes to overhauling all the horses. And that's definitely why the Skyrim Horse Renewal 2K mod comes in at our number 3 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the MSZ Goods mod. Now this mod is incredible whenever it comes to adding new items into the game. There's tons of new items that I can pretty much not cover everything in this one video because it would just go on forever. There's tons of new items with this mod, whether it be new foods, new miscellaneous items, new armors to wear, new weapons to swing, and new hats to wear as well. If you do, however, want to download this mod and just see what's inside of it and not have to craft everything, you can go straight into War Maidens once you install this mod, and you can just loot everything from the strongbox on the table. You can then look through the entire list of all the items that it adds and choose the ones that you want to add to your character. If you aren't interested in just grabbing all of it right out of the strongbox, you can also craft all of these items as well. I am going to be showcasing a lot of what this mod covers, such as the armors and weapons that you can use and swing, but if you want the full experience and actually find out what's in this 282.51 megabyte mod, then I'd strongly recommend downloading it for yourself, but in my personal opinion, I love this mod. Not only because it comes with so many new items to use, but it also doesn't take itself seriously. There's a lot of mods out there that cover tons of new areas, whether they be new weapons, new houses, new armors, but they're all strictly serious to the game, which is fine and actually expected at a lot of these mods. You don't want something that's a little immersion breaking or whatnot, but sometimes it's nice to take a step back and have something that's not so immersive and actually makes you laugh, and that's where this mod comes in because it has both. It has both the silliness as well as the seriousness of adding new weapons and armors, so you can go right ahead and dress yourself up in some badass gear, grab yourself a badass sword out of this mod, and just go slaying. You can even head up to Belethor's General Goods store wearing nothing but a pottery hat and swing a two-handed broom around the place. You know, the choice is yours whenever it comes to how to use these new weapons and armors and items, but I'm glad that the mod author created everything and brought it into one mod for us to enjoy it all in one piece. And that's why the MSZ Goods mod comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and giving some of these new weapons a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have another player home called the Maple Forest House. Now the mod page reads, "Today we added a house surrounded by plants. It features the magic of teleporting, all of the necessary crafting stations, as well as a little merchant that you can talk to. It's fully nav meshed and the house is near Riverwood so that you can fast travel immediately, and the teleporting books are sold by the small merchants in the house." Now as you guys can see, this house is absolutely beautiful, and the reason I think that is because not only is it a smaller house, because you guys know I love my smaller house mods, but not only is it a small house, but it also has its own courtyard attached in its own cell as well. I really love this idea because it gives you the opportunity to place furniture and other items such as plants outside in the fertile pots, and it's all encased in its own cell, so it's technically a separate room to your house, as the exterior exterior. So I think that was a brilliant idea, and heading on to the inside, I feel like everything on the inside was perfectly placed and there's no wasted space at all. So if you're someone who likes the great outdoors a lot and you like that to reflect in your house mod, then the Maple Forest house is a perfect mod to include here at our number 1 spot, and I'd strongly recommend downloading it. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.